Prince Charles just got some devastating news that will have dire consequences for Harry and Meghan Markle. What is this news? It's no secret members of the royal family, like Charles, receive a hefty income. The Duchy of Cornwall decided to raise Prince Charles's annual income by 3%. That's a cost of living. That's a COLA, which means he's now receiving £22.2 million or $25 million a year. So Charles receives $25 million a year. That's a lot of money. Charles received the extra money thanks to a surplus generated by the private sale Duchy of Cornwall, which has many lands, agriculture, tourism, buildings, merchandise, and counts financial investments that bring in millions. However, the heir to the throne cannot rejoice very long because his income is set to get a significant hit. So they're predicting, this is a prediction, this is not a fact, they're predicting that Charles's income will go down significantly next year. What is going on? Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan leads everything. Meghan stands in front and Harry follows along like the royal purse carrier. Harry and Meghan are constantly, relentlessly attacking the crown. Constantly. And most recently, they're doing very political things using the Commonwealth Trust. Very inappropriate. Are they signaling, is Charles and the crown signaling that, oh, it's not anybody's fault, but we're going to have to stop funding Harry and Meghan? Because with that money, Harry and Meghan are attacking the crown constantly and constantly embarrassing them. And that's all the money that they're using. So literally, Charles is paying for Meghan and Harry to attack him and cause him shame constantly. So what I see happening in the future is, oh, it's nobody's fault. We're not mad at you, Meghan and Harry, but we're just going to cut you off financially because we just don't have the money. Okay, that's what I see coming down the pike. Another thing that I want to cover is Meghan complained that she was actively prevented. Here it is. Meghan Markle was reportedly actively prevented from responding to rumors. Okay, and so the royal household, now we have this article. The royal household's no comment policy, which frustrated Meghan Markle, was for her benefit to not make things worse by giving gossipy stories more oxygen. That's actually true. The motto of the royal family is never complain, never explain. Keep your mouth closed. Why? Because if you go into these long explanations, people look at your explanations, just creates more drama, more drama, more drama. And what is happening with her father? Meghan shamed her father. Her father had a terrible heart attack. He didn't attend the wedding. She's the victim. Her father didn't attend the wedding. She said he didn't have a heart attack. People believed he didn't have a heart attack. He just wants money and he was manipulating the media. She had completely destroyed her poor father, who raised her and sent her full free ride to college and treated her like a princess. But that wasn't enough. Then she hires the 5 anonymous friends, releases the letter. She writes this elaborate letter blaming him for everything. And then that's not enough because he didn't go public with it. So then the 5 anonymous friends went to People magazine and blasted out the father to provoke him to respond. And finally, he responded, and that's when the tide turned against Meghan. And then, that's not enough, then Meghan sues the papers for releasing the letter, which she released, saying it's a breach of her privacy. And that's not enough. The father is the key witness against Meghan, and that's not enough. Now she's had to reveal the 5 anonymous friends. And so now she's suing to stop the Daily Mail and the Sun from revealing who the 5 anonymous friends are. Meghan Markle's lawyers treating her 5 friends as potential witnesses. Why? Because it's going to be really embarrassing. So all of this complaining, and hitting back, this is the source of Meghan's problems. We want to take a look at this. Did the palace actively prevent Meghan from responding to rumors? I think they strongly advised her, but all she does is hit back. She's the most overly sensitive person in history. And all this complaining, I think Hollywood is all PR. I think this makes Meghan very suspect and unpopular in Hollywood. You know, and she's someone who will even accuse her father of molesting her if it's convenient. And, you know, is she so psychopathic that she'll believe whatever she says, whatever is convenient, and destroy anybody? That's a very dangerous person. And you just can't hire somebody like that, because she's going to know the risks far outweigh the benefits. And that's what Hollywood is thinking about Meghan right now. And well, let's take a look at that. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. We have Charles hinting that his income is going way down. This, in a novel, this is called foreshadowing. And later they're going to say, but we told you. Okay. And what are they foreshadowing? They're foreshadowing a large income drop. And if that, and nobody's watching that carefully, they can tell us whatever they want. And whether that income drop materializes or not, they can still say that the income is dropping, and they told us, and that's why they're cutting off Harry and Meghan's income. And that's what they're doing. And the Crown follows a pattern. Okay, the Bible says, be quick to listen, slow to anger, and even slower to speak. That's what they're doing. They're very non-reactive, and then they think about it and think about it and think about it. And Meghan is just throwing Molotov cocktails right through the front window of the palace, and she keeps doing it, and she's not getting a response, so she keeps throwing more Molotov cocktails. And the latest Molotov cocktail is the video with Harry and Meghan, and Harry, you know, people are saying, well, Harry looks like a hostage. That is a huge event, okay, being very, very political and using the resources of the Commonwealth Trust. That is a big, big no-no. If they want to be uber political, don't use the Commonwealth Trust, okay? But surely Harry and Meghan, they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. So this is the next Africa, okay? In Africa, they went and did all this stuff, and everybody loved it. Whether you, okay, I didn't agree with all of the things that they were highlighting in South Africa and in Africa. I think they could have highlighted other issues, but it was a home run. And then at the end, they start talking about, they hijacked the whole thing and started talking about their feelings. Meghan, nobody ever asked me how I'm doing. Harry, every click, every snap. And what happened? That was the seminal moment that created the snowball effect that led to them leaving the royal family. This video with Meghan and Harry using the Commonwealth Trust to be as political as you can possibly be in your wildest imagination, I believe that's another seminal moment. That's another beginning that's going to snowball into huge ramifications for Harry and Meghan. Okay, and we're not yet seeing that. So this is the hint. Is Charles set to take, is this true that Charles is set to take a big income hit from his $25 million a year current income? Okay, because of the global bug. Is this true? That's what I want to know. Is it true? Or are they just, you know, telling us, they're just setting us up? Is this true? Well, we got the yes. Because any good lie is at least partially true, or it's just not well crafted. In the center is the fox. Very clever, very crafty, moving the pieces around into the future. 1928 seven spades, hidden. Sevens return forever. The key is being very clever. They're setting up the future. So it's foreshadowing, just like I said. The key is that they're being very clever about money. Fox is also a great money card. This is a great, great business card. So Fox and Player are great business cards. If you're talking about money and you want to earn money and you get the Fox in a reading, Fox is a really great card because the Fox is going to get that money. Okay, so they're really setting up very clever. They're very cleverly setting themselves up for the future, and they're keeping their cards to their chest. 7 spades. Okay, whether it's true or not, they're setting up the we're cutting Harry and Meghan off. Hamster wheel, work and over the long journey. They're setting up, they're looking very far into the future, the long journey. So Fox and hamster wheel are looking very far into the future. Next year, they're setting them up for next year. Mustard seed, planting the seed, foreshadowing. 3 blackbirds, 4-leaf clover, and strength. 7 and 11, 18, 5 diamonds, step by step. So talking about an opportunity to take actions and talk about to take actions on the foundation. Yeah. So they're taking actions about the money. They're starting the process. Okay, and they don't have to do it, but they're setting up the cutting off of Harry and Meghan. They don't have to do it. At any time, they can cut them off. And look at how they're dealing with Harry and Meghan. They're giving Harry, it's really for Harry. They're giving Harry and Meghan until next March. They're giving them 1 year to transition. Okay, so they're giving them an extra year. They could extend that to another year, or they could make a hard stop at the end of March. I think they're going to make a hard stop. So they're giving Harry and Meghan every opportunity. And what are they doing? They are a public shame to the royal family right now. Okay, they are just creating so many problems. They're not fixing it up, and now they're using royal resources. First they were using Sussex Royal. Our brand is Sussex Royal, so they had to take that away. And now they're using the Commonwealth Trust. It's worse. It's worse. Okay, so they're giving them time to get on their feet and establish themselves separately, and they won't do it. They're attached to the royal family like a parasite and using them. And they're still using Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So they're setting up. It doesn't say, okay, I asked, is it true or is it false? It's a very clever move. This spread actually says it doesn't matter if it's true or false. I actually think it's not true. Maybe there will be a small income decline, from $25 million a year to $24.9 million next year. Or maybe there won't. It doesn't matter. They're setting it up. And that's what this spread is saying, that they're very cleverly setting up the future. Let's look at Charles and Meghan and Harry. Does Charles intend at this point to cut Harry and Meghan off at the end of the year, with the end of next March? The 1 year transition period ends, I think, like March 31st next year, which is fast approaching. That's going to be here in the blink of an eye. Okay, so does he intend to cut them off? Charles, Meghan, and Harry. Because Meghan is creating all the problems. All Harry has to do is leave. Charles. Got all these twos. Meghan and Harry. Look at that. Is Charles intending to cut them off? Angel is really helping you. So this is on the surface. Okay, Angel, this is what's on the surface, and this is what's below the surface. So what's on the surface can be a mask that Charles is wearing. So he's an angel. He's very well-meaning. He's very committed to them. And 4 and 11, 15, 4 clubs. Opportunistically reacting to each circumstance. Committed to being an angel and in their separation. Committing to really helping them transition out of the royal family. That's the public face. and he's wearing it perfectly. And he's not going to do anything that is not an angel. He's going to come out smelling like a rose. If he cuts them off completely, all funding next year, he's going to say, it's not personal, the income has gone down, we put out an article, we put out the news, and it's not because you're doing all these horrible things to us constantly and constantly dragging the royal family through the mud, which they are. It's because the income went down, outside events caused this, and that's what they're setting up. He's an angel. Okay, what's over here on Harry and Meghan's side? Veil, things behind the veil, secrets, snake. No card looks further into the future than the snake. 1922, 6 diamonds, hand in hand. Conflicts and all kinds of problems, looking far into the future, and secrets. There's nothing but spades over here. Nothing but spades. And it's very bad and it's very difficult over here. So is Charles intending to cut them off? Well, they're expecting to be cut off. Okay, it's all conflicts and secrets and troubles over there looking forward. They have not established themselves separately. They have not. It's very, very difficult for Harry and Meghan. Now, all Harry has to do is just say, I'm divorcing you, Meghan, I'm leaving. Just, get the security to hustle him out of there and go back to England. I think he's spending most of his time in England, but nothing is announced, and this latest video is very much against. People are saying he's a hostage. He's completely under control of Meghan. When he's with Meghan, he's completely under her control. Why is he doing that? Why doesn't, that's worse than anything they've done before, using the Commonwealth Trust to do that. Underneath, manifesting the cut, yep, 13, 14, 4 diamonds. He's starting to manifest this, a very bad ending of the karmic relationship, reacting to a very bad ending, 21. So he's setting up the cut. Yeah, he's setting up the cut. So does Charles intend? Does he intend to cut them off? He is definitely setting it up. But the way this works is, at any point, if they turn around, he doesn't have to cut them off. Okay, so he's setting it up perfectly. It's a big chess game, and he's setting up the pieces, and they see this setup because Harry's lived this way his entire life, and they haven't said they're going to do this, they haven't said they're going to do that, but it's all set up. So they see it coming. They see it coming. They're not blind. But yeah, it's definitely on the table. That move is on the table. Okay, Meghan is complaining that she was actively prevented from responding to rumors while in the palace. Now, the best thing she can do is never complain, never explain. But all she does is complain and explain, and it just creates more problems. And like I said earlier, she completely annihilated her poor father. Okay, she went on a campaign of slander against her poor father, and she had won. And until the 5 anonymous friends came out and provoked Thomas to defend himself, she had already won. If she had just shut her mouth and left it alone, she had won. The world was on her side and believed that she was the victim, and Thomas was a terrible person, and Samantha was the village idiot who just kept screaming and saying crazy things, and her brother Thomas, he's just an alcoholic who pulls guns on people and is now homeless. What a mess. She was smelling like a rose until the 5 anonymous friends came out and provoked a response from Thomas so that she could get her letter out. And the letter was a mistake too. So did they prevent, they were advising Meghan, but did they prevent her from responding? Because I don't think they did. They advised her, don't respond, be quiet. Did they prevent her? Because ultimately, you got to just let people do what they're going to do. Can you imagine if Donald Trump hit back at every detractor. Okay, now one thing that Donald Trump does do, which upsets people, is Trump does hit back. And he criticizes people and he calls them names, and people are very upset at him for that. They just want him to keep his mouth shut. But literally the whole world, the entire mainstream media establishment and all of the universities and all of Hollywood and most of the world is attacking Donald Trump. And almost nobody's defending him. So he comes out. I actually think it works for him. But comparing him to Meghan, Meghan defends 10 billion% more than Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is attacked 10 billion% more than Meghan. So it's crazy how much she defends herself. It's absurd how much she defends herself, and it only creates problems for her. Okay, and now she's suing to prevent the exposure of the names of the 5 anonymous friends. Oh my goodness, it just gets worse every day. It just gets worse for her. Okay, so did the palace prevent her? Scapegoat, outside, direct action, man, city. Honest man and city and the world. Okay, so 21, 29, 8 hearts, water into wine. The situation will transform. Just keep it. It's outside the direct action with the whole world. Just ignore it. It's outside. Okay, and it will change. The narrative changes. If you don't react to it, the narrative changes. So they did advise her. This is what's on the surface. They did advise her that the best actions, the best direct actions, are just to hold your head high and, not wrestle in the swamp water, because you're just going to get swamp water all over you. Okay, but underneath, decisions, crossroads, cornerstone, devil. The devil will do anything. And the devil is a rage monster, 11 and 9, 5 spades, 5 and 5. You just can't stop her. Her foundation is the devil. Her decisions are completely selfish. She's not thinking about anybody else. I think, a lot of people think that Meghan is a narcissist. A narcissist wears a mask. Okay, and that mask is a mask of perfection. I'm perfect. And Meghan is so hypersensitive about anything that she could perceive as criticism, she lashes out immediately. And that's what this devil energy is about. And the devil is impulsive, the devil is drug addicted, the devil can't control herself or himself. Her foundation is the devil. She just can't control herself from hitting back. She can't. So they advised her, keep your mouth shut, but she just couldn't help herself. That's how she felt. She couldn't help herself from hitting back. Is this constant complaining? Okay, now she's suing to prevent, this just came out this morning, she's suing to prevent the exposure of the 5 anonymous friends because A, B, C, D, and E have been exposed in the court papers, and court papers are public. They're public. You can get court papers. So that's what's happened. The 5 friends have been exposed in the court papers, and then the papers immediately, the Daily Mail and the Sun, immediately filed FOIAs, Freedom of Information Acts, for those names. God bless them. That's what a free press does. Okay, so she immediately filed a lawsuit to seal that information. Is her constant complaining hurting her career in Hollywood? Is that the thing? That Hollywood is like, wow, she is just like a loose cannon and she's gonna shoot her cannon. If you work with her, you're gonna get shot by her cannon. It's impossible not to get shot by her cannon because she shoots everybody. So is this really hurting Meghan's career? All this complaining. It'll be interesting to see. That's interesting. All Meghan Markle's complaining hurting her career. Okay. Hightower is work and official. Roses. Okay, so this is on the surface. Mother Earth. The Mother Earth, officially everything is cool and copacetic. 21. 24, but 6 spades. But it's soured. It's selfish and it's soured. So on the surface, nobody can say anything because of the crazy political environment. That would be considered discrimination. Well, she has every right to defend herself. She's a woman. Okay, and that's the official party line. Now, if it's a man, you could criticize him for doing exactly what Meghan is doing. But because Meghan is a woman, you can't criticize her. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on the surface. Everything is fine. Nobody's going to say anything. But the shadow card is 6 spades. They don't like it. This is creating a sour relationship. But nobody can say anything. Okay, and the bottom line is, they just have to say she's not the best person, and they hire another female. You can't say they're discriminating against Meghan because she's a female, because they go and hire another female, or they hire a female who's a person of color. And then what is she going to say? They always have a way. They always have a way. They don't have to say anything. Money talks. Money talks. Underneath, Mercury, Executioner, Cup Overflowing. Cup Overflowing is the most emotional card. 23, 32. Yeah, 8 spades. Scapegoat. She's out. Bad reputation. Executioner cuts the head off, but is very organized. She's ruled by her emotions. This is a king. She's ruled by her emotions, and she speaks out of her emotions, and it's a problem. Hollywood, underneath the surface, it's created a sour relationship, and she speaks by her emotions. You're not going to be able to control her because it's always an emotional narrative. Now, to the people trying to, tearing down statues and trying to destroy our country right now, that is very appealing. To the BLM movement and all that, that's very appealing because it's an emotional narrative. And if you even have a single brain cell that works, none of it makes any sense. Everything that they're saying doesn't make rational sense. Defund the police? That's terrible. I mean, if you defund the police, people are going to start getting shot everywhere. And everywhere there's... everywhere where these protesters are and the police are not coming, these people who peace and love everybody are shooting everybody. The homicide rate has gone up like 600% everywhere where those people are. They're so peace and love. Okay. But she speaks from an emotional narrative, and this is creating a problem for her in Hollywood. It's all an emotional narrative. Emotional. And they don't like it. It's really hurting her chances for transforming into a new job. It's really, really hurting her. All right, so let's review. Is it true that Charles is going to take a huge income hit next year? No. It's not. It doesn't matter. This says it doesn't even matter. There's no huge income hit here. It's just clever words. They're planning for the future. We're going to cut you off, Meghan and Harry. We can cut you off. And it doesn't even matter if they do. They're setting it up. It's a chess game. Okay? There's 5 more chess moves or 50 more chess moves before the cut is made. The cut's not here. There's no problems with the money here. There's just setting them up very cleverly. The relationship between Charles and Meghan and Harry, is he planning to cut them off? He's an angel. Okay, the public appearance, the mask is Charles is an angel. But it's very bad underneath, and Meghan and Harry are very, very worried. And they should be. It's very difficult for them. They're very worried. Did the palace prevent Meghan from responding? They told her, don't respond, but it's like she can't help herself. She can't help herself. This is what drives her, is keeping that mask on and that perfect persona. Is all this complaining hurting Meghan in Hollywood? You bet, but nobody's going to say anything because of the political environment. It absolutely is hurting Meghan. And this may be the reason why Meghan is not getting those juicy roles that she wants, because she just keeps suing everybody and dragging everybody through the mud. And if you come anywhere near Meghan, you're going to get slapped with a lawsuit. She's going to claim to be a victim. She's claiming to be a victim of her father, who, I mean, no one has ever treated Meghan better than her father. And look at what she's doing to her father. And people are not stupid. They're looking at this and they're like, wow, if she's going to treat him like that, and he was so nice to her, what is she going to do to me? And I'm not going to give her all those goodies. I'm not going to, I'm not going to treat her like a princess. I'm going to treat her like an employee, and expect her to do work and to produce and to shine and be a star. And it's not all roses and sunshine. You're going to have to put in some work. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe,